I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I 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 need it!
What is up, everybody? I hope you're all good. My name is Peter, and for this video, I'd like to talk about why I'm looking forward to Animal Crossing New Horizons, the next entry in the, you guessed it, Animal Crossing series, in which the twist this time is that you live on an island rather than a town, which puts a tropical twist on things. For a little bit of background, I've been playing the Animal Crossing series ever since Wild World on the DS, and while I don't consider myself a hardcore fan of the series, I've still played every main series title that has been released since. It's usually the kind of game that I turn to if I want to relax and take a break from the more fast-paced games that I typically like to play, as well as pass the time if there's not much else that I feel like playing for the time being. So I think it has proven quite effective in its purpose over the years. Now that New Horizons is right around the corner, I thought I'd have a little talk about it. So, with that out of the way, let's get into it. Firstly, I'm a big fan of how we will be able to customise exactly how our character will look from the very beginning. In previous games, you'd have to take a quiz in which the answers will determine what your character will end up looking like, and while that within itself is pretty fun, there's also the downside that you may not like how your character turns out. You could always Google which exact answers you need to get the appearance you desire, but I think that defeats the whole point of what makes this a fun idea in the first place. Being able to choose exactly how your character looks, with even more options compared to previous games, is a more than welcome addition to the series, and you'll be able to change it whenever you like. While this is the type of feature that has been standard in many other games that focus heavily on customization, it's nice to see Animal Crossing taking some notes. Next up, I wanted to say that I'm really liking the general theme and premise of New Horizons, as I quite like the twist Nintendo was thrown in the form of living on a tropical island, rather than the typical town that we're all used to. Personally, I think this will help make New Horizons stand out more in the series, similarly to how New Leaf had a focus on being the town mayor, as this makes it so that it doesn't feel as if we are treading familiar ground, because some fans didn't particularly like how similar City Folk, or let's go to the city as it's called over here, was to Wild World. Besides this, I can always get behind anything in games that are tropical themed, as some of my favourite levels and areas in games are the ones that happen to give off similar vibes, whether this takes the form of a relaxing atmosphere or the gorgeous visuals that make you want to frame it on a wall. As part of the Nook Getaway package, the Nook phone that your character is provided with comes with all sorts of nifty functions to make staying on the island a smooth experience. Some of these features include the Nook Mile system, which was initially introduced in New Leaf's Welcome Amiibo update, and rewards you points for when you complete certain tasks, which can then be redeemed for certain prizes. This is something that I am more than happy to see return, as it really helped give an incentive to keep playing each day to see what new tasks would open up. Additionally, the Nook phone grants access to various crafting recipes, a photo mode where you can capture your memories, the ability to call other residents inhabiting your island, and so much more. From what I can tell, the Nook phone appears to be a very versatile tool that will have a lot to offer. Customization is arguably considered one of the Animal Crossing series' most attractive selling points, and while New Leaf has given the player so many options, New Horizons looks as if it is getting expanded on even further. Of course, we have a wider range of options to change our character's appearance, but what really stood out to me was the fact that you can pretty much change the actual layout of your island, whereas in previous games you were pretty much stuck with a particular layout. This is fantastic. Being able to dig out bodies of water or decide where you want your cliffs to be has opened up so many possibilities for players to get more creative with their layouts, and finally be able to build one that suits their exact needs. This beats having to make the most out of a layout you're stuck with, because while in previous games you made the decision to go with it in the beginning, you're only going to want to change things up every now and then when you eventually get bored of the same layout. The last major reason I wanted to go over is the fact that I'm ready to experience a new Animal Crossing all over again. New Leaf came out way back in 2013, and I wasn't particularly interested in playing Happy Home Designer or the other spin-off title that we don't speak of around here, so I'm ready to start fresh in an all-new experience on a console that the series seemed destined for from the very start. New Horizons is also the first main series title in the Animal Crossing series to be in HD, and the charming and colourful aesthetic of the series has practically been begging to have this level of visual polish for years now, and as someone who's never played the GameCube original, as well as barely touched Let's Go to the City, I'm excited to have an Animal Crossing game that can be both a handheld and console experience. This is because I feel the series was pretty much built for handhelds anyway, but having that console level of quality will arguably help make New Horizons the definitive Animal Crossing experience. With these 5 major reasons out of the way, I thought I'd list off a few things that I wanted to include, but didn't really have much to say about, so they're here. The museum looks absolutely stunning. It has somewhat of an outside feeling to it, which makes a change from the museum we're used to seeing at this point. I can't wait to experience all the special occasions we get as standard with Animal Crossing, such as the fishing tourney and Toy Day for example. Hopefully we'll see some new celebrations thrown in as well. The whole idea of travelling to other islands by plane is something we've not seen before, as we're normally used to a train or bus for transport in previous games. Being able to pole vault over bodies of water makes traversing the island all that more convenient. I'm quite liking some of these elements of survival thrown in, as it helps to shake things up a little. Now that I've discussed what I'm interested in seeing, I'm thinking about making videos of my experiences with New Horizons for this channel, so let me know if that's something you'd be interested in seeing. I'm thinking of streaming the game and cutting them down into highlights, or just make private recordings in the format of a series that's basically like a Let's Play kind of thing. If you have any ideas for what I could do with this game in terms of content for this channel, I'd be open to suggestions. Anyway, that just about does it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to the Pete Gargan channel and turn notifications on, as there will be more content on the way. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, see you later.